Hey guys, new installment video series on my channel. Instead of just doing random tutorials or whatnot, I decided to spotlight a few of my palettes that I reach for all the time and do various looks with them. I'm thinking about 3 or so looks per each palette, and then giving you a review or whatnot on said palettes, right? For the first palette that I'm going to be going over, that you're going to see 3 or so videos from, is going to be Juvia's Place, the Zulu palette. This is their most recent launch. This launched beginning of June, middle of June, and gorgeous palette, fun palette, colorful palette. If you are not here for colorful looks, this palette is not for you. So in today's look, I use the purple, the pink, this green, and the yellow. And so what I'm going to be doing is voicing over the tutorial part of the video, and then the last video, either video 3 or video 4, for this palette, I'll be doing just a quick review, show some swatches and all that. I'm hoping to have all these videos out in the same week and maybe do 2 palettes per month. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Everything else that I've used on my face is going to be down in the description box. And yeah, so hope you enjoy, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.
Alright guys, so to start, I'm going to be using the yellow out of the palette and just going above my actual crease and right below my brow bone. So I carved out my brows with my concealer per the usual, since they're a hot mess. And so I want to leave a little bit of space under my actual arch of my brow where the concealer is at, but I'm bringing the yellow all the way up and I'm building it up. I could have put down a lighter base, but it is what it is. So I'm just going over a few times with this yellow to build it up. Alright, so next I'm going to go with the pink in the palette. It's in my little overlay, it's looking a little darker than it actually is, but it is a hot pink. And I'm taking that in my actual crease, and again windshield wiper motions just to build it up. And what I'm trying to do is get a gradient between the yellow that I put down and the pink that I'm laying down right now. And so once I'm done with that pink, I'm going into the purple in the palette, and I'm using a very small and precise crease brush, and I'm just building that color up directly in the crease. And again, I'm trying to have a gradient happen. So building this one up, and once I am good with that, I'm just gonna go back over with the brush that I used previously with the pink and blend those 2 colors together, because of course we don't want too harsh of a demarcation. And then again, taking the brush that I used for the yellow and just going back over where the yellow and the pink meet so everything can be blended nicely. Alright, and to cut the crease, I'm going to be using MAC Select Cover Up in NC45. And I'm just taking that on a synthetic angle brush and I'm cutting the crease. Okay, so once I'm done cutting it with the concealer, I'm going in with the purple on a small angle brush to just define that line a little bit more, because y'all know the struggle is real. And then on my lid, I'm using the, I don't know what to call this color. It's like a minty blue, teal. I don't know, guys, but I'm using that color. Unfortunately, the palette doesn't have any names of colors, so I'm putting that right on top of the concealer and using that as my main lid color. And again, just going back and tightening up that line so that the cut crease is an actual cut. So now to work on the bottom lash line, I'm taking the purple on a shader brush, a very stiff shader brush, and I'm taking that along the edge of my lower lash line and trying not to get it into my eye. And then I'm gonna go in with the pink and try to do the same type of thing that I did on the top lid, a gradient. So taking that on the same brush and working that into the lower lash line, and then again I'm taking the yellow and just placing that right below where I put the pink and the purple, and then I'm just gonna go in and kind of make sure the colors blend, going back with the pink, the purple, and the yellow. So for liner, of course, I'm using Inglot's number 77 gel liner, and I'm going to wing it out with a paintbrush. All of my liner brushes I get from like Michael's or Hobby Lobby, those type of places. I find that paint brushes are a little bit more precise, and I can get a varying width to the brush, and it's not expensive. It's pretty cheap, so they work. Alright, so lashes and mascara. I'm using It Cosmetics Superhero for a mascara. And unfortunately, this mascara is still so wet. I've been using it for like almost a month and it's still so wet. It's not drying out like my last tube did. And for lashes, I'm using Kiss number 11s. And I'm just putting that on with some tweezers I got on Amazon, and it really is the easiest way to do it. And for the glue, I'm using Duo, the black one, the latex free. And then for bronzer, I'm going to be using Shea Moisture's Perfecting Powder in Deep, taking both sides. I think there's be like a contour and a highlight, but I like them mixed to kind of just bring a little bit of definition to my face without it being too harsh of a contour, and it's not too red. So until I find a replacement for Mandalay Dusk bronzer by them, this is what I'll be using. And then for actual contour, I'm going to be using MAC's Blush and Blunt. OG contour, but it gets the job done. And I'm just taking that on a smaller kind of blush brush and taking that right in the hollows of my cheek and up towards my temples. And for blush, I'm going to be using Black Radiance Toasted Almond, taking it on my favorite blush brush. It's a Revlon brush I got, and it's still amazing. And just taking that on my cheeks per the usual. And I'm just gonna go back with MAC Blunt and take it on the sides of my nose just to kind of snatch my nose a little bit more. With my powder brush and kind of blend everything in, all that what needs to be blended in. And then for highlight, I'm going to be using Anastasia Beverly Hills Spectra. It is in the, what you call it, not the Moonchild, the Aurora palette, the one that just came out. Taking that on the highest points of my cheekbones, cheeks, whatever you want to call it. And it is kind of duochrome, purpley, pinkish. Love it. Then I'm going to take it on that same precise crease brush that I use, and I'm going to put a little bit on my inner corner right on top of that blue, sky blue color. Then I'm lining my lips with NYX matte, or sorry, NYX deep brown. And for lips, I'm using Lime Crime's Pansy, and I'm just taking that, trying to stay within the lines. I'm having such a struggle with my lips lately. It's like my lip line isn't where it used to be or something, so a lot of times it looks like I overlined my lips, but it is what it is. Love this color, love Lime Crime. I know there's issues, people have issues with them, but it is what it is. It's a thinner formula, it stays all day. Probably one of my top 3 favorite liquid lips. So yeah. I'm using Cinema Secrets makeup sealer. Trying this out for the first time. It is very reminiscent of Ben Nye Final Seal. It does have that very heavy alcohol feel, smell, eye burning, all that jazz, and it is sticky until it dries, which is weird. Alright guys, so that's it. Fixing up my hair. This is the final look. Hope you all liked it. If my hair will cooperate, dang. So final look, hope you all liked it, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.